Brother Shep pointed out, yesterday was the day that Malcolm X was assassinated 60 years ago, and that's very important. Malcolm was trying to tell us that, so we want to know his speeches, but we also want to know his life. His life was like our life has to be. Malcolm X his parents were Garveyites. His mother used to write.
Hold it down on the back. Hold it down on the back.
His mother used to write for the Garvey paper. His father was the president of one of Marcus Garvey's organizations. They were raising Malcolm to be a very good African person. But as you know, the Ku Klux Klan killed his father, and his mother was placed in an institution, and then Malcolm X was placed in foster care. And in the foster care system, they were raising him to be a good Negro, and they were raising him to be a nigger, you know, unfortunately. And so that's what happened. That's what happens to most of us. We are in this environment. We are being raised to be Negroes and niggers, unfortunately. And so Malcolm X did what the Sankofa bird, that's why we hold that bird in high esteem. The Sankofa bird says that we have to go back in order to go forward. We have to go back to our African self. The African person thinks of him or herself as intelligent, as courageous, as decisive. The African person thinks of him or herself as a human being,
Panther,
the most valuable
Tarik,
entity in the world. And so that we have to go back in order to go forward. And I just want to say that I met Malcolm X's members of his organization, the African OOAU, African
Organization of African Union.
Right. Okay. So I met a couple of those persons, and they told me, Tarik, you got a minute? We want to explain to you what happened to Malcolm. And they said that the night before Malcolm was killed, they told Malcolm X, they said, Malcolm, it's very possible that you could be killed if you go out on the stage the next day. And Malcolm X said that it's going to come a time when all of us are going to have to stand up and go forward in spite of the possibility of being killed. And so Malcolm X went forward. And so that's what we have to know, that in order to be free, it's a very risky situation. Now, I was charged with shooting 2 police officers. One of them was assigned to assassinate me. And I told my partner, I'm going to go get him because they sent him to assassinate us. And so I got him. So that's what happened. But we want to know that in order for us to be free, we're going to have to go back in order to go forward and to become our African self. And Malcolm X went forward knowing that these people have tanks and submarines and airplanes and all of that. So it's the mindset. You know, if you think of yourself as a Negro, you're going to think that these people are almighty and godlike, but they are not. It's a mindset. So we have to go back in order to go forward, and we want to remember Malcolm X because he stood up, and that is what we have to do. So thank you for your attention.
February 22, 2025, Harlem, New York.
I was a former political prisoner. And so when you see me, I met a lot of the political prisoners. So I know that they are very much like me. You know, and they just got, Leonard Peltier just got out, the person, the indigenous person. The indigenous brother who was charged with killing 2 FBI. And the reason why they hated him, the same reason why they hate Kamal, the same reason why they hate Malcolm X, because the indigenous person was the leader to take his people back to the old ways, to the collective eating, collective living, and knowing that the indigenous people thought of themselves as intelligent and courageous, and that's why they hated him. And that's why they hate all of us. And they got to, just say this here, Malcolm X was trying to let us know that we have more power than what we really know. They are putting all these people, Kamala Harris as the running her for the vice president. They got all these black people in charge of the Navy, the Marine Corps, and all of that to communicate to Africans that the racists are treating us real swell, and that they should involve themselves in financial relationship with us, and they will be like Rihanna, they will be like Oprah Winfrey and be billionaires if they involve themselves in financial relationship with America. But we have to know, like they killed this brother up in the prison, we have to protest that, because when we protest that, we send a signal to the world. We are not living swell over here. Rihanna and Oprah may be living swell, but the rest of us, they are killing us. That's what's going on. They are killing us. And so we want to send that signal to the world, and we want to know, by sending that signal to the world, we have our hands on the money that the Africans have. Because once we send the correct signal that we are not living swell, they're not going to buy lamp posts, they're not going to buy Chevy, they're not going to buy coats. So we got our hands on that, and that's why the racists got the gun to our head. Because we are the decisive factor in the world. Black people here, we are the most powerful. Okay, so we want to know that. And we want to know, I could tell you a few things that they know. You know, they said I was bombing them and burning their houses down and shooting them and stabbing them. And they wanted to kill me, but they said, this guy's in charge of all these black guys, and the black guys will go off if you just kill them straight out. So we have more power than what we know. Power to the people. Thank Brother Shep. For being pillow. Also, they want the race to be led by the blind leading the blind. And the persons, you people here, are the pillows. Like this pillow holding up this building, y'all are holding up the race. That's why they don't want y'all around other people. They don't want the regular people around y'all. Y'all are the pillars. So continue to be as you are. I love you. Thank you very much. Power to the people.
Power to the people. Tarik J. Hashtag.